Hey, it's your girl Nay coming to you with another episode of As Told by Nay, the podcast. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's having a great day thus far. Hope your week has been good. Hope you've been productive. Hope all that good stuff, all that great stuff, all those great things. I'm tired. I'm tired. This week has been a week, but I'm gonna get through it. Tomorrow, today was my Friday, so I'm really looking forward to this weekend to be able to just relax and chill and be okay. Gotta take that time for self. So boom. I was supposed to have a guest today. Not really sure what happened, but they are not here, but that's okay. This is a very proud moment for me because even though they are not here, the show must go on. So we're just gonna still have some conversation. We're still gonna talk about it. And yeah, we're gonna do it like that. So let's talk. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of things I want to get off of my chest anyway. I take these moments to kind of rant and rave, vent a little bit, if I may, with you guys when I don't have my guests, unscripted off the dome. The internet. Let's talk about the internet. It has been buzzing this week. It has definitely been buzzing. There's so many different things going on. Some stuff I don't know if it's a hoax, if it's real, what's going on in the world, but we're gonna talk a little bit about it. One thing that's particularly still heavy right now and having heavy conversation happening is these sex tapes being leaked. Let's start there. Let's start right there. So when these celebrities are leaking these sex tapes or other people are leaking these sex tapes, I'm always wondering, like, what's the end goal? Especially when you already are famous, you've already got a big following, you're already, pretty relevant. I tend to be a little bit knowledgeable about people's money because I'm nosy, but just like even the people that aren't currently working, like say for instance music artists, they don't have any recent albums or they're not on tour or they're not performing, but they still have money coming in. What's that look like for them? How they living type thing. Same with actresses and things of that nature. So if you still relevant and you still popping, your name still ring bells, like what's the end goal of the sex tapes? Like, why are you doing it? Another thing that crosses my mind, and that is, who is it affecting? Most times these people that are, having these sex tapes or these nudes or whatever gracing the internet are in relationships, or the person that they're dealing with is in the video being exposed, or it's some situation that they're not even supposed to be a part of, a sneaky leak type thing, and their significant other is finding out, and it turns into this whole other situation. So it's like, dang, who's getting affected by, what's going on? So I'm going to pose a question to you guys. Number one, would y'all ever have a sex tape or leak a sex tape or be in a position where you would want your business on the internet? Why or why not? What would be the end goal for you? Like if you were to do that. So everybody always wants to bring up Kim K, right? We're going to talk this till it was blue in the face. Oh, this is how she got famous. She leaked her sex tape with Ray J, or he leaked it, or whoever did. And boom, overnight celebrity, right? So is it for clout? Is it for fame? Is it, what are we doing it for? What's the end goal? Or if you already famous, what is the end goal? Why are we doing this? I think our generation and the generation just before ours, towards the back end, everybody is overly sexual. And I'm gonna say everybody, not talking to anybody in particular that want to sit back and be like, I'm not overly sexual. Okay, cool. Generalized. Society within the age range of, I ain't even gonna say our generation. I'm gonna group it. Let's say from early 20s up until like mid 40s, overly sexual society, right? Societal norms. Sex all over the TV, sex all in the music, sex all in the books. Like it's everywhere. It seems to be what everybody thinks about. It seems to be the number one thing that our age group of folks complain about when it comes to dating. Like no one is serious about commitment and things because it's just sex, 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 sex. They want to do it with everybody. They want to do it all the time. Marriages are failing because of it. Like overly sexual, overly sexual, right? So I think the mindset behind like sex tapes and stuff like that is people really feel like, this is what people want to see, which is actually some truth to it. Like this is the thing to do. When OnlyFans popped off, I'm sorry, there was so many like older people, like older, when I say older, I mean like in their 60s and stuff, 50s, late 50s, that was so confused about why this was a popular thing. Why would you want the whole world to see your body? Why would you want this? Why you want that? And for our generation, we like, oh, that's a quick way to make money. Everybody was doing it. I was not even surprised when I was hearing about the different folks that had started an OnlyFans page and was actively, even the celebrities, because again, if we're being honest about it, sex definitely does sell, right? Everybody's a part of it. Everybody's doing it. Here we are with it, right? This is the culture of where we're at today. But is that a good thing? I feel like the overly sexual mindset that we have as a collective can be somewhat damaging to healthy, sustainable relationships. It can be unhealthy to and dangerous for our kiddos that are growing up and learning, especially those primary age kids, elementary going into middle. This is what they're seeing. This is what the older kids are talking about. This is what is being sold to them too. They're learning at a quicker rate, experimenting at a quicker rate. And yeah, like also it's a big distraction, can be, right? And I be trying to tell people, the real conversation is promoting so much sex and so much freedom when it comes to our sexuality can be a literal health risk. Digging into my therapist bag real quick. When we talk about a health risk, being in the field that I'm in, the numbers of people that are contracting STDs are at an alarming rate within in that age group bracket that I gave you. People are not practicing safe sex. They have so many different partners. There is so much stuff out there, and people are not having that conversation. So we'll talk a little bit about that too. Where is this coming from? Now you're going on a tangent. Okay, cool. So I'm talking about this because unless you've been hiding under a rock, then there has been a sex clip leaked from your boy Nelly, as well as Lil Fizz of B2K. And this has been a topic of discussion amongst my peers, amongst my professional colleagues, amongst everybody. It's everywhere because, again, social media and social networking is like our thing, right? Everybody is online all the time. Videos are being shared amongst one another. Things are being passed. Conversations are being had, right? So this has been the topic of discussion amongst a bunch of different folks and levels. Some of the things that are coming from it though, right? So boom, body shaming. Let's talk about it because I want to hand clap the fellas one time. I definitely want to hand clap the fellas one time. So many guys have come forward to say like, damn, I get it. Is this how women feel when guys body shame? When you have a certain body type or something that maybe you can't really control, our breasts, our butts, unless we get surgery, of course, right? But body parts that we can't really control without enhancement or whatever, and it is the subject of conversation. And guys are like, dang, is that how that feels? Because now you got women speaking out and making jokes and clowning and doing this and doing that. And the fellas is making y'all take a second look at what you got going on, right? This happens across the board though. So body shaming, again, for the fellas that are starting to, realize that this is not a good thing, big ups to y'all. And I know everybody's like, oh, they should know that anyway. Sometimes it takes a situation to happen to make people open their eyes. And that's okay. You learn how you learn, right? It's a learning experience. Now, I would be lying if I said I didn't participate in the banter or, saying little things. It's funny, all fun and games. I have not outwardly said or posted, these are conversations that I'm having amongst my associates and friends. So when I think about it though, and having these conversations with my guy friends, just like, dang, like that's crazy that how women are attacking or joking or saying this or saying that. So being able to have that healthy conversation about, being respectful of the packaging that people are delivered in, right? It's not your life. You don't have to deal with it if you don't want to. So it poses the question I want to ask people, because this is a conversation that's being had in the Nelly situation as well as the Lil Fizz situation. Women, y'all really speaking out. So the age-old question of does size really matter? We starting to hear what it really is, right? A lot of people are complaining, but is that real? Or are you just participating in the conversation that's being had and joking and playing and, X, Y, and Z? Because some of these guys, they get a little offended. I remember one of my friends was telling me, full disclosure, not going to say who, what, when, where, or how, but he was talking about how he can identify, he can relate to the fellas, right? And his girlfriend is one of the ones that have been joking and talking, and so he's like, well, how does she feel about me? Because I can relate. And I think that that's a funny thing, because that goes back to, again, guys being able to tap into that body shaming situation where a woman feels as though, the guy that she's dealing with or she's involved with, he's always talking about these IG models or, the type of women that he appears to be attracted to. She don't look like that. So it causes you to wonder, it causes you to think like, do you really like me? Like, what's going on? We are not the same. So those little bit of insecurities that stem from the way that we react, it's causing people to think about, not even people, it's causing fellas to think about the way that they're approaching different situations. And I love it. I love that the conversations are being pushed in that way. And I think it should continue. Have those conversations with your partners. Have those conversations with your homeboys, your homegirls about, body parts and how that makes us feel. Even if it's not directly, being said about us to us, but in the sense of, I can relate. I can relate. And you being funny. So I not feel like you talk about me. You talk about me. So, okay, so questions, I'm definitely posing that question to you guys. Size, does size matter? And I'm gonna pose it both ways because I want to be all inclusive here, right? To my fellas, women that you're dealing with, if you are into butts and breasts and curves and all of this, and sis ain't really, what I'm saying, but her personality is amazing. She's a great person. She's a total package, but physically, you know what I'm saying, it's not what you may go for per se. Is it a conversation to be had? Are we still rocking with it? Are we figuring it out? And then ladies, the size really matter. If he's a great guy, he looks good on paper, he makes you feel good, y'all have a great time, but downstairs ain't really doing what it needs to do, does that X him out? Like, where are we going with that? So Let me know how y'all feel about that. The next piece in regards to that I definitely want to tap into, and conversation that is stemming from it, is women are also pinpointing on women are also pinpointing on the fact that men with money seem to have the most confidence, and guys that don't have so much money, maybe not so much. So you have these people, whether they are actors, musicians, artists, or whatever, that are putting themselves out there, and they feel like it's nothing wrong. Where's that mindset coming from, though? So I want my fellas to chime in. Your confidence, where does that come from? Does it come from what you have, what you feel like you bring to the table? Or is it the woman or the women that you deal with that are kind of putting that in your head that you're the man, regardless of X, Y, and Z? So here's my theory, because here's another conversation that came out. People are making a joke about Nelly's situation, and okay, he can afford, what I heard was he can afford to have a small package. Meaning, he got the money, he got the clout, he got the name, he got the fame, right? So he don't need to be packing down there, because any woman that he's with, she gonna deal with it because he got money. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I don't know if the money is enough. I don't know if the money is enough. And I say that because I've asked a couple different people, and just being in a situation where, let's be real about it, with sex, what's the point of having sex? To enjoy yourself, to enjoy your partner, to be in that situation where we are satisfied at the end of the night. So if this person is not performing or not satisfying you, does it really matter what his bank account look like? Some say yes, some say no. Ladies, I want y'all to chime in. Y'all going for it or not? Y'all going for it or not? Because this is where I think that mindset come from. So for the people that are saying, oh, the dudes with the money, they're overly confident. They feel like they can do no wrong, whatever, because they got the money. There's women out there that allow them to do no wrong in their mind, in their eyes, because they're being paid. They're being pampered. They're being flued out. They living the life of lavish off this dude, even with all his flaws. True or not? Guys, are y'all out here popping y'all shit because women are allowing you to feel that way? Or do you really have that mindset that I don't care how ugly I am, I don't care how small my package, I don't care how all my flaws, whatever the case may be, I'm still that dude because, I got this money, I got this name, this fame, I'm out here living my life. And even so, okay, so I'm sure there's nobody with a lot of claim to fame that is just checking out the podcast yet. But, definitely some very well-established folks, living their life, doing their thing, adulting for real. So you feel, puff your little chest a little bit, right? Where does your confidence stem from? And to my ladies too, where does your confidence stem from? Is it self, or is it people? Have they given you this to feel like you Y'all get what I'm saying, right? Look at some of these comments, because at this point I'm just talking. We having a conversation because conversations need to be had. Funny 6 or boring 6. If you're funny, and I say this all the time, if you're funny, you get more leverage for sure. You get more leverage. I'm willing to put up with a little bit more discomfort in other areas if you make me laugh. Definitely willing to put up with a little more discomfort. It doesn't matter, but if he comes not packing, no good combo, not humble, and nothing to offer, then listen. I feel like people that are overly confident or people that are braggy, boastful, things like that, they always be the ones with the most flaws. When you have people that are very humble, and very grateful and very, they move a little differently about their achievements and who they are and what they got, it's because they truly know that they got it. That's kind of like, and this is kind of going a little bit off topic, but just to give you guys an example, when people are like, you could tell who really got money by the way that they look. And it's not because they got on designer from head to toe. It's because they really look plain as hell. Because they don't have to show you that they got it, because they really got it. It's the ones that got to show you that they got it. That's probably not really, they ain't really living like that. They're not that confident. They know they're not that great. So I just got to be extra and out here to make you believe. Fake it till you make it type vibes, right? That happens in the bedroom too. That happens in the bedroom too. So again, I asked y'all not talking to me. Would you leak your sex tapes? Would you be confident enough to leak your sex tape? And what would be the purpose of doing that? We were talking about, when I first came on here, just the 20-somethings to like the mid-40s, our culture, what is socially acceptable, overly sexualized, right? It is everywhere. You cannot turn on the TV without seeing a sex scene. You cannot watch a movie without seeing a sex scene. You cannot turn on a music video, listen to a song. They're talking about busting it open, clapping cheeks. Like, it's everywhere. This is what people are doing. This is what people are talking about. This is where we at with it. OnlyFans is going up, been going up, and it's normal. I'm not even surprised anymore when these like sex clips and sex tapes get leaked, because it is the norm now. So it's kind of like, are you participating? Do y'all record yourselves? That's number one. Are you comfortable enough to even be out here putting yourself on tape? And then would you allow that tape to grace the masses? Or is that something that we just kind of leave to the famous people to do because they've already made a name for themselves? They already got the following. They already got the fame. They can kind of maneuver through that, and it is what it is. Again, I'm going to drop in your head. Kim K, that was her claim to fame. And I'm still trying to figure out, was that on purpose? Did they do that on purpose? Or was Mom Dukes just that goat like that to really spin that in their favor and get that outcome? Talk to me. Talk to your girl. Talk to your girl about it. See me, transparency moment. Y'all know I love transparency moments. I'm not doing that. I don't care what my no, I'm not doing that. I want to use the word reserved, but I'm not reserved. But I'm private. There's the good word. I'm a very private person. So people can guess what I've got going on and who I've got it going on with. But for the most part, you will never know unless I outwardly just say, boom. But when it comes to my sex life, that is very private as well. So I don't think I would ever, even for like a come up scheme or, like the whole OnlyFans. And if you got an OnlyFans, hey, do your thing. I'm not judging, I'm not hating. That's what's up. Get it how you fit it. But I could not, because I just feel like that's my business, and I don't want nobody in my business but the person that I'm inviting into my business. Now, if they want to be, a little kinky and extra, and we doing something for us, our enjoyment, then, that's different situation. But to broadcast, I couldn't do it. Even if somebody told me, all right, make this sex tape, let me leak it, and it's going to make you rich. It's going to give you this, and that. I don't think I can do it. Unless I was able to not show face, show any identifying marks. Y'all, like everybody who know me in real life, I got a lot of tattoos, and they are, that's my tattoo. So if I was to do that, it would have to be done in a way that nobody knew that it was me. And I don't know if that defeats the purpose, right? They need to know who it is. I couldn't do it. How about y'all? Then spent their last in the store. Now they walking around the club with water in the club because they only had enough to get in. Facts. What Boosie said? Gas tank on E, all drinks on me. I can't say mine, but I'm all for ones who want to show theirs off. Like, okay, boo, I see it. Right. And and that's why I say it's normal now to see that. When the video started getting passed around, it was just kind of like, okay, another one. This is what people are doing. So, okay. So then that brings me to another point. So everybody was talking about, oh, everybody getting off on these young men. That's crazy. Why y'all doing that? That's bullying. Cyberbullying came up. But it's kind of like, okay, I want to play devil's advocate a little bit. When you put yourself out there like that, I feel like you're opening the door for people to say whatever they want to say. I feel like you're opening the door to be criticized. You're opening the door to, because boom, prime example, it went a whole different way. Hitman Holla. When Hitman Holla leaked, or not even leaked, I think it was his actual OnlyFans or whatever he uses to promote his stuff like that on purpose. Hey, Hitman can holla. Okay. So with him, it was the complete opposite. Everybody was kind of like, okay, I already knew that had to be what was going on. You know what I'm saying? You could look at the young man and assume that, things are lining up correctly in his life, for lack of better words. So that went a whole nother way. It was welcome. It was invited. He wasn't getting clowned. People was just like, okay. People was complimenting his lady as well, the women too. His take was, I mean, it wasn't like, oh my God, spectacular, amazing, but it was just like, okay, boom. So when these other two videos came along, everybody was like going the opposite direction with it. Now it's a cyberbully thing. But you open that door. I feel like that's what they wanted anyway. Because matter of fact, this video was an actual OnlyFans clip. So this is what this is for. So people having their opinion about you, conversations to be had. But again, I get it. I definitely was able to relate to my guys that kind of felt attacked because they could identify. They feel like it ain't about how big, but what you do with it. And you know what? If I could be frank, I think that is true. You don't have to be the biggest person package to satisfy your partner and give them exactly what they need and how they need it. Some great things come in small packaging. What's that old saying? It's not about the size of the boat, but the motion in the ocean. I'm probably saying it wrong, but something like that. Basically saying, size don't really matter as long as you know what to do with it. I think that's true. I can give that to y'all boys. That's true. That could be true. So yeah. People are definitely having these conversations, and they're funny conversations, but conversations that definitely need to be had. So what also opened the door through this conversation? So what we talked about? Sizes. Oh yeah. So the body shaming situation. Women and let's flip the script a little bit. So the young lady that was in the video with Nelly, she got a little bit of backlash, saying, girl, you been extra about that thing, and it don't take all of that. Hey, let us do what she do. Let us do what she do, because that's her man. Maybe. I don't know what they got going on, but that's how she performs. She's pleasing him. She want to act like he got the biggest thing in the world. She can do that because that's what she there for. Now, y'all don't act like y'all ain't been in no situation before where you kind of give extra performance because the person that you was dealing with, it may not have been even all of that, but you had to. You know what I'm saying? We definitely, as women, stroke our men's ego, and I think that kind of goes back to what someone said in regards to we kind of give them that confidence even when they don't have it. It happens. There's been plenty of women that cared about your feelings, fellas, so she ain't say what she really wanted to say. She ain't really react how she really wanted to react, and that's okay. We do that from time to time, and probably some men too. Y'all probably do that too. You don't want to hurt shorty feelings, and so you be a little extra with her so she feel good about herself, good about her body. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. So with this confidence too, on the side of with the women, I asked the fellas, if the lady, body, the booty ain't big enough, the boobies ain't big enough, she ain't curvy enough, whatever. Because nowadays, y'all fellas like to pretend like y'all like thick girls. So if she ain't there, are y'all still rocking with it? If she's a great person, but she's slim, little slim, you rocking with it? Facts. Dang, there was somewhere I was going with that, and it completely just. Damn, I was about to say something. That's a good, yeah. Can't remember, but yeah. This week has been, a very eventful one when it comes to that. Like, those videos have been circulating for the last couple of days, and everybody keep hitting me up asking me questions, and we talk about it. I have talked about this thing more than I would like to, honestly. Definitely cracked some jokes, definitely, but at the end of the day, I feel like everybody should be free to do what they do, how they do, with who they do it with. And that be that. People are gonna talk. Is cyberbullying a thing? Yes, it definitely is. Is body shaming a thing? Yes, it definitely is. So to a certain extent, I feel like we definitely have to be careful with how we come across when we talk about different things in the media, for sure. But all fun and games for the most part. Now, when I have been talking about this, there are some people who will literally go to the artist's page and say stuff directly to them. I would never do that. I make my jokes behind the scenes. I talk to my friends about it, coworkers that are cool like that, associates and things like that. I joke amongst the people that know me. I would never publicly criticize or, be extra, do too much. Like, I understand that can be hurtful, even to somebody that is famous, got a lot of money, don't care about who I am next to Jill, Jack, or whoever else. But, constantly hearing the same thing over and over again about yourself in a negative way can be damaging, for sure. So let's talk a little bit about this over sexualization that our community, society, age group, whatever you want to call it, has to do in regards to unhealthy advances. So here is something that came up about this. One group of gals that I was having this conversation with was saying how this seems to be the expectation. So in Nelly's video, he was recording while Shorty was doing the act, right? And there's a lot of women that feel like men expect this type of thing, where you're dating and it is like this fun thing to do for them to record you. Now, where does that come from? Fellas. And I don't know, because I ain't studying nobody right now. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't talking to nobody. I'm chilling, right? So I don't know if this is this being asked of people these days? Like, we linking up, we doing what we do. Let me record you. I've never had a guy ask me that like that. Like, you know, on some we're casually figuring things out, and then he want to record me. Like, are y'all really doing that? Is that the expectation? And then are y'all sending these videos? And then that was another thing that came up. Y'all are sending these videos to people? Because this is the thing to do now. Everybody has like sex tapes and OnlyFans pages and all of these different things like that. So y'all are dating women casually, having sex with them, asking them to let you record them. You're not putting yourself in it. You're just recording her. And then you're sending it out? That is what my understanding of it is. So I'm asking my guys, are y'all really doing this? Is this really a thing? Is this a thing? Let me know. And if so, why y'all doing it? So that's the first thing. Women feel pressured that because this is what's popping now, everybody want to do it. And then two, because this is a thing, it kind of just adds to that idea and that mindset that sex is the biggest piece of the whole situation. There's so many people, men and women, that are complaining about dating in this generation being trash because sex is so heavily influenced on the direction of the relationship. So it's no longer about getting to know people. It's no longer about having fun. It's no longer about building. It's no longer about being in a space where you're getting to know this person and grow, but more about what your sex talk about. You know, you busting it open on demand or no? Because if you're not, I know somebody that is. Sneaky linking is such a thing now. Friends with benefits is such a thing now. Like, real connections are starting to kind of get pushed to the side, and it's all about the here and the now. Let me get mine off. You cool, and we could probably, you know, have a little conversation here and there, but for the most part, sex. And again, it's everywhere. You can't help but to think about sex, talk about sex, let it be the topic of discussion, because it's everywhere. As I said, TV, radio, video, these freaking podcasts. I've listened to so many podcasts, you know, and me doing it right now, but I've listened to so many podcasts just over time, and at some point, we're about to talk about sex. We're about to talk about bodies. We're about to talk about the physical attraction. And I think that, again, there's nothing wrong with it. It's conversations that need to be had for sure. Got to talk about this stuff because it's reality. But to what extent is it taking away from your ability to, like, level with somebody? Are you able to still have these conversations with people without the sex? Are you able to enjoy somebody's company without thinking later we about to smash? Everybody is all about, like, that gratification of. Because people have made it a thing. This is why people are okay with it. If a lot of people show how they're against it and made the opinion popular, that wouldn't be a thing. I mean, yeah. Clubhouse Mom podcast is so into talking about sex, sneaky links, all of that, and whole, because that is what is popping right now. That is what everybody's into right now. That's what makes people popular and a topic of discussion if you're talking about what's relevant, right? So I get it. The entertainment business and industry is just promoting what is selling, it's promoting what everybody's talking about, but to what end? Now, I'm a very curious person. The sex talk I find very interesting. I don't mind talking about sex. It doesn't make me uncomfortable. I don't mind the banter. I don't mind the videos. I don't mind any of that stuff because I feel like it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. But on top of that, I'm just a curious person in general. So you could take away the sex conversation and still have meaningful dialogue with me. But everybody not like that, I understand. And I think that that's where we're getting at. To the point where I took myself to dinner a couple weeks ago, and it was a table. They were sitting behind me. It was a guy. He was on a date with a girl. The entire night, he just talked about this girl's body and like what he would do to her and how he is in the bed. And she just kind of laughed and giggled. And I couldn't tell if it was a genuine laugh and giggle, if she was enjoying the conversation, if she was flirting, or if it was that I'm on a date with this nigga and he drove. And so I really feel uncomfortable and really can't say anything to maneuver myself out of this situation. So I'm just gonna, play it cool until the date is over, and then that's that. But it's just like, how do you sit for an hour and a half at dinner with somebody and all y'all talk about is sex? That is nuts to me. Good question. I don't know. I think age appropriately, that's when it started for me and my friends, because that was the first situation that we knew about. I think people got more comfortable and in that time frame is when sex and body and it became more comfortable for society. Because if you remember back in the day, you couldn't just turn on your TV and watch a show or a movie that was like had a sex scene. This was like special TV subscriptions you had to have, HBO and shit like that, Showtime. Now you can turn on regular old ABC, TNT, USA, and they showing shows and they got sex scenes and things like that. Every show that you watch, for the most part, if it's an adult show, it's gonna have sex in it. And that just wasn't the case like when we was kids, unless my mom was just that bomb and hiding that from me. I just feel like it was not a thing. People were not comfortable. It literally was like porn and things like that was separate from everyday entertainment. Now it's on the platter. Everybody, you have to wait up late night and watch BET Uncut to see music videos that were promoting sex and body and all of that. Now you can go right on YouTube, put it in, boom. I think that kind of has a lot to do with the advances of technology too, because YouTube wasn't popping like that with that kind of stuff when we was kids. But I don't even think YouTube was a thing. I think YouTube became a thing like high school for me. Right. So, but yeah, back to the gentleman and the lady that was sitting there having, me being nosy, I turned around and I asked them, because I know somebody gonna ask me too, how you know this ain't just what they do? I turned around and asked them, how long have you guys been together? Y'all cute? And he was like, oh, this is first date. So this what y'all talking about? Y'all first, you just met me, sir? And we finna sit here for an hour and a half while you sexualize me? That'll make me uncomfortable. That would make me uncomfortable. Right. But yeah. So yeah, It's been a pretty eventful week with these sex tapes circulating. I find that I'm glad that it's causing us to have the kind of conversations that has been stemming from it, at least between amongst me and people that I know. Um, Being able to identify, body shaming, cyberbullying, talking about the over sexualization of just our culture in general, talking about the dating and the sex and the sneaky linking and all of that stuff. Like these conversations that people are having based off of that, it's pretty cool. I like it. I think it's great. What? I think it's great. Y'all are funny. For those of you people that watch my show and refuse to comment in the comment section but text me, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Put your comments in here so we can all talk together. Y'all are funny. Some girls accept things to just so they could be known of dating a certain person. Facts. And I think that happens a lot with these celebrities, for sure. They just want to be a part, so they allow certain things to happen. I had asked, what I asked y'all? I asked y'all something, and I wanted to double back to it. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? So yeah, sex tapes. I ain't with it, but more power to y'all, folks that's out here putting it on for the city, for the state, for the world. Out here letting the world see what you got, what your package is. Oh, that's where I was going with that. So another conversation that came up, because most of the banter that has been happening in regards to these two tapes has been women complaining or making jokes about the size of this and that and whatever. And so the fellas have definitely piped up to say, women complain about men having small packages or whatever, but they can't even handle the small packages. What y'all about to do with a big package? And listen, I'm here for that banter too. That is hilarious to me. It brought up the conversation of body count and experience, and it brought up the conversation of maybe what did one dude say? Some of y'all need that starter package. Y'all need the little one so y'all can learn how to do what you got to do. And I think that's funny. I think that is hilarious. All fun and games, right? Some women out here talking about what's what, and y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, the internet is funny. I just sit back and just listen, and people send me stuff all the time, and comments and voice clips, and listen. I'm here for it all because I can understand both sides. I can definitely understand both sides. And ladies, it's cool to be a part of the conversation, but is there some truth to that? So when I ask about, okay, does size matter? That goes to another thing. You know what I'm saying? Can you really even handle what's happening? How you feel about it? What is it? And then of course guys like, oh, some women are thinking that men are smaller than they really are because their lady parts are stretched out and big and all of this. Hey, everybody body parts come in different sizes, shapes, forms, and all of that. And you gotta find what works for you. You gotta get in where you fit in. You know what I'm saying? Tell us your answer. So, for me, does size matter? I said that already. You must have joined in late. No, it doesn't. I feel like you can have a small package or a big package and still know what you need to do to please your partner. I honestly, guys, feel like it is about knowing your partner, having that conversation with them to figure out what they like, what they don't like, what they got, you know what I'm saying, that will complement what you got, what y'all can do to meet each other in the middle. Like, it really don't even matter what's what. As long as y'all have that conversation and that dialogue about what you need so that your needs are met, right? So, if you know what to do with your small package, do your thing, bro. Because there's some people out here with big packages and don't know what to do with that either. So you just big for no reason. You just out here big for no reason. Or medium size for no reason. Ain't doing that with it. And there's some women out here with the big butts and the curves and this and that, and she don't know what to do either. She just lay there. And y'all gonna complain about that. Because I done heard that so many times. Women with more, curviness and body don't know how to have sex for real. It depends on who you ask. Just like, okay, men with small packages don't know. It depends on who you ask. Conversation, picking your partner out, seeing what they like, what they don't like. We be tired. Listen. They be quick to say, women complain about men's penis size or package size. I'm sorry. I don't know how you two feel about that. That's why I keep saying package over and over again. But women complain about the size and they're not good at doing what they do either. And listen. Facts. Listen, you gotta meet me in the middle, okay? But I was going to a little bit there. I don't know why this came from this, but we was talking about so I'm in this group chat with a couple of girls and guys, and we had these conversations about writing, because I asked this question to them, okay, does size matter? And they said it only matters for women when writing, because being up there feels a little different on a large package than it does on a smaller package, or getting hit from the back feels different on a large package than it does with a small package. And I feel like people have whole babies. Women have whole babies come out of there, right? So it really don't matter how big you is. It's gonna do what it need to do. It really don't matter how small you is. We as women can make it do what it needs to do in that instance. But women being up there and getting tired and not wanting to put in the work has nothing to do with the size, fellas. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Not your size anyway. You know what I'm saying? Have nothing to do with that. That is being older. The knees bad. Y'all be wanting people up there like Meg, and them knees bad. Y'all be wanting people up there doing tricks and stuff, and we tired because our endurance is not the best anymore. Like maybe back in the day, you was able to do what you need to do, bounce and spin and split and tricks and all of that. But as you get older, things work differently. And for y'all fellas too, things start to slow down. So that was a conversation that we was having too, about the size matter with, how we maneuver in certain positions. No, I feel like age matters. If you are in shape or not matters. What does your body feel like at this time? Didn't nobody tell you to think just because my butt big and I'm thick, I'm going to just get up in there and show out. Hello, somebody. Now you're talking. That is funny. Y'all are funny. So yeah, I'm a little sad that my guest was not able to come through. for this evening. I'm gonna have to see what happened, figure that out. Maybe we can run it back. But proud moment, because normally y'all know me, especially because I am the host and the producer now. When I don't be feeling like doing my show, I just won't do it. Oh, my guest not coming? Ain't no asshole by night tonight. So I made it a point that even though my guest did not come through, I was still gonna do my show. And y'all definitely gave me something to talk about, because again, everybody has been talking about this and asking me to talk about it, and we've been having these little side conversations just about everything. And so I want to say this as I wrap it on up before I get out of here, just in regards to the sex tape and stuff. If you do that and that's your life, if you do that and that's your life, more power to you, because that is definitely something that is normalized these days. If you got not so thick skin, you might not want to do that, because the internet is savage. They will talk about you. So if your video does get leaked and it goes viral, or people see it and people have something to say, it should be expected, because everybody's going to talk about something. It don't matter if it's good or bad. You're going to get good and bad feedback, period. So just be prepared for that, because it's a real thing. Over sexualized, listen, people that's out here dating and stuff, don't take these girls on these first dates and just want to talk about their booty and what you'll do to it. That is rude. Take these ladies out, be nice, and maybe y'all can talk about that second, third, fourth, I don't know. And that's what I had asked y'all, and y'all did not respond to me. Are y'all really asking these chicks to record them, make a video, and then send them to your friends? Stop doing that. One girl was saying, the next person, I found that to be hilarious. The next person that record me and send it to their homies group chat gonna have to pay me. The next person? How many times has this happened to you? Ladies, be careful when you out here messing with these men. Because I have also heard that guys are out here recording women and they don't even know they're being recorded. If you're doing that, you are a sleaze ball, number one. I'm talking about the fellas. You're recording people without their consent. You're a sleaze ball. And number two, ladies, be careful who you out here linking with, that they out here being like that. Because that's trash. Get her consent before you put on tape. There's a lot of women out here that's about that life. You ain't gotta steal the footage. Let me know so I can perform. Not me. I ain't gonna do it. But I'll do it for Bae. I'll do anything for Bae. Bae can have the world. As long as he don't show my face and hide my identifying tattoos. We can make some things happen. Yeah. Y'all funny. Keep it coming. What else we talk about? Fellas with the little things, don't be discouraged. Cause you might be out here slaying with your little package. Just know what to do with it. Know what your partner like. Know what your woman like. What's gonna satisfy her. And it really don't matter how big or small you are. It is what it is. Women and your body types as well. Don't let these dudes make y'all feel like y'all got to go get surgery because they like thick girls. Or you feel like he really don't like you because you're this amazing person, but your body type is not the type that he normally go for. Girl, it's somebody out here for everybody. What one man don't like, the next man will. I'm going to say that again. What one man don't like, the next man will. Period. And same for the fellas. What one chick don't like, the next chick will. It don't matter about the money or whatever. It's some real bums out here that's in committed relationships and be having like the best partners, supportive and all kind of stuff. And they ain't got nothing to bring to the table. But, somebody like it. So, fellas, you ain't got to be, this great grand old guy to get the girl. May not be the girl that you particularly want in the moment, but you can get somebody. Sex sells, but, let's try and make sure that we're being aware of the over sexualization that tends to happen sometimes. Women don't treat these men like pieces of meat. Men don't treat these women like pieces of meat unless they want you to, because everybody like different stuff. You know, if you dating, I feel like, again, conversations, ask questions, see what's up with these people that y'all dealing with, because some people enjoy that instantaneous sneaky linking, friends with benefits, we ain't really gotta have no conversation about nothing. And there's other people that are out here looking for meaningful connections. Two totally different setups. So just know which one you're walking into, so that your feelings don't end up hurt. You don't be out here looking crazy. And that's my spiel. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, lay it down for the night, 'cause I'm tired. And yeah, right back here next week. Same time, same place. Another conversation on As Told by Native podcast. Let's talk about it.